Let's install JDK in Ubuntu. Before running any command from this list of steps, we gotta be sure that we have our system up to date. You, you will be able to find this document in the description so you can review it later. First, we have to validate that our system is updated by running sudo apt update. If all is current, we will not install anything, and we have now to upgrade our system or all the packages from our system to the latest version. Once you have validated that everything is up to date, you can continue and move into installing the right JDK version. You can go to the OpenJDK site to see which available versions, so you can select one of the available versions they have released already. In this case, we are going to install the version 21. So we're going to run sudo apt install openjdk 21jdk. We confirm that we want to install the package, and we wait for the installation. It depends in the speed of your internet how long this is going to take, and the availability of the repositories or resources and all the dependencies. Once all the packages are downloaded, they are installed in your system. The next step after you install the JDK is to validate that is installed properly by running this command. This is the next thing that we are going to do. So now we're going to check the current Java version, and we can see that we have installed the 21 Java version and it's available without any issues. Now, what if you're working with different projects and every project has different tech stack or different Java requirements? You will you will need to install different versions. So you can follow the same technique to install, for example, the 11 version. Once this package is installed, it's not going to be configured for the system. It's going to be part of the system or a new package available in the system, but the Java version is going to be the first Java version that we had installed. So in order to handle or to switch between versions, we have different methods available, and I think that the easiest one is the JM tool, or it's a Java managed JDK manager that it helps you to switch between different versions. For before installing the JM, we need to validate that we have a Git version in our system. This is a default package for Ubuntu, so it's quite rare that you don't have it installed already in your system. However, if you don't have it, here you will have the steps that you have or the commands that you will need to install that package in your system. Next, we are going to clone the JM repository in our machine, and we are going to add a couple of lines to our bash configuration file. We're going to add JM to our path, and we are going to add the execution of JM script at the beginning of the session. You can close this shell and create a new one in order to do this. If you don't want to close and open a new shell, you can just go ahead and rerun the bash rc file. Now you can see that the jenv is configured and located, and you can confirm this by validating the version, the installed version of jenv. The next thing that you can do is to validate that jenv is identifying the system, the current system version. So in order to do that, you gotta run jenv versions, and now this is the system version, the 21 version that we have installed in our system. Nothing extraordinary until now, but the cool stuff is coming next. So we install another version of in our system, but until now we don't know how to switch between those two versions. You can check which available versions or packages of JDK you have installed or available in your system by running the update java alternatives --list command, and it will list all the versions installed in your system and the location of them. You will have to add these configurations or these locations in order to be managed by jenv. I'm going to add this. You will notice that jenv is adding different naming or options for the same version. In this case, it's going to add OpenJDK 11.0.22, 11.0, and 11. All of them are related to the same version. And now I'm going to add our first version. Why do I need to add the same version that I have configured already? Just in case that in the future you are not able to remember which version is available as your default system version, you can just go ahead and switch to one that is properly identified. Now you will be able to see all the potential versions that we can use for the Java Manager. Right now, the system is the current version in use, but now we can switch between all these options. Remember that 11, 11.0, and 11.0.22 are the same version, but in case that in the future you install the 11.0.23 version, you can just go ahead and add it to the list and identify it by that minor version. In this case, 21 and 11 refers to the same version, so we don't have problems with that. Now, jenv supports 3 levels of scopes for switching between versions. There is the global version, the shell scope, and the folder scope. In this case, we're going to use the global scope, and we are going to switch to the 11 version. Now, if you run any Java command, you will notice that the current version now it's 11. It's not the system version. Now it's the other version that we have available. And with just one command, we just switch between these two versions. If you are not sure of your, or if you don't remember what is your current version configured, you can go ahead and type JM versions and identify what is the current version selected. If you want to switch back to the system or to any other version, you just can rerun this command and switch back. And that's it. Now you have Java JDK and you are able to manage multiple versions in the same machine without any issues.